Thank you so much for joining our National Taiwan University information session. My name is Ashley Arvanites, and I am a program specialist, and I work with Taiwan. We have some very special guests joining us from National Taiwan University here today, and I'm going to start off by letting Miss Wendy Chen introduce herself. She is the Manager of Global Engagement at National Taiwan University.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. I'm Wendy Chen from National Taiwan University Office of International Affairs, and I'm currently a coordinator coordinating the relationships and the collaborations between our partners with in the US. So actually, UCEAP or the UC branches are also under my responsibility. Yeah, so it's an honor to share with you about a briefly introduction about Taiwan and also about National Taiwan University. So to let you know more information about us and to recruit, maybe we'll welcoming more and more UCEAP students in the future. Okay, so I'll start from a brief introduction presentation about 20 minutes today, and later on we can still move on to some Q&As if you have further questions or you need more information on any part. Just feel free to come back and just let me know if you need additional information of that. Okay, so next one. Okay, so first of all, we would like to share about where is Taiwan. As you can see on the map, Taiwan locates in the Asian continent, and we are a small island that is surrounded by the ocean. And actually, we are 36,000 square kilometers area of this island is rather small compared to the United States, right? Really small. And the population in Taiwan is about 23 million. And the capital city is Taiwan, is also where National Taiwan University locates here. Okay, next one. And since Taiwan is a rather small island, it's really easy and sufficient to travel within the island. So you can see it takes like less than 4 hours to travel from the northern part to southern part. And we have multiple phases about culture and nature, like you can move from city to city and easily goes from the city to the nature if you wanted to go into the mountains to experience about the nature vibes. And next one, please. And also Taiwan is inheriting we are a very diversified country that we inherited a lot of different cultures since we have different like people inside Taiwan, such as the Han Chinese, the Hokkien, the Hakka, and the indigenous people. And recently we have plenty of immigrations from Southeast Asia. So you can see very easily experience like the diversity of landscapes and culture within Taiwan, like through food or through the landscapes. Okay, next one. And Taiwan is also having a really safe and friendly environment. Actually, we have been ranked the 10th as most livable city, Taipei, as the 10th most livable city in the world from the UK Monaco ranks. And it's close that Taiwan is a hidden Asian gem. And here are some highlights that we have amazing hiking trails, city street strolls, and of course, tempting food stalls that you can easily find food even it's late, very late at night. You go to the supermarkets. Have different street food, and also we have low crime rates and a world-class public health care system. And most important is that we have a rather affordable cost of living compared to the United States or many other countries in the world. Next one. And so we'll be moving on. Where is National Taiwan University? So NTU, National Taiwan University, is located in the capital city, in Taipei City, just in the center of Taipei City. So we have a really convenient transportation, and that is a privilege that we are just centered in the Taipei City, so easily to go everywhere in Taipei or to around the island. And we have various convenient public transportations in Taiwan and also around NTU campus. For example, you can see from if you are traveling from arriving in Taiwan to the airport, and you can have MRT or bus or taxi options, which also they mostly take an hour to transport from the airport to NTU. And the transportation near NTU campus is very convenient. We have plenty bus stops, and the MRT stop is just near the campus entrance. So it's really easy to travel from around the area to come to the NTU campus. And we also have multiple U-Bike stations on and off campus. So for students, for staffs like me, if I'm like taking a bus to the school for my work, I can easily like ride a U-Bike just to catch up to my work. And if a student, it's easily to ride a bike to catch up with class in the campus. Yeah, okay, next one. Okay, so I'll be sharing a little bit more about why I will suggest you to choose NTU. Later on, I'll be sharing some more facts about NTU. Okay, this next one. Okay, so first of all, I think the first thing that we will know about a university is simply through like rankings or some facts about this university. So as you can see, we ranked 68 in the QS World University rankings, and the THE rankings the 97th. And NTU, we are a comprehensive university. We have 14 colleges that covers most of the different research or fields areas that covered in the 14 colleges. And we have 56 departments, 134 graduate institutions, and also up to like more than 100 research centers in NTU. So it's really a lot of resources that you will be having while you join NTU. Okay, next one. And you can see that here's another slide sharing the rankings by subjects. We'll have very strong faculty and also the academic resources in engineering, technology, natural science, social science, management, life sciences and medicine, art and humanities. So I think it covers most part of everything, right? So choosing NTU that you can enjoy these different resources, the research resources, academic exchanges, and also having rather high quality of education in NTU. Okay, next one. Okay, here's also a little peek in our 14 colleges. We have, just I mentioned, we have 14 colleges that cover most of the different areas, different fields. And recently in 2021, we just established 3 more colleges, which is the International College, which is also covered the full English talk programs for international students, and they are also cross-disciplinary programs in International College. And also the graduate schools of advanced technology. So if you are really interested about experience the STEM or the technology, actually the technology field in Taiwan, it is rather a good choice to come and enjoy to join this graduate school. And also the D school that we focus on a rather broader design thinking, cross-disciplinary project, hands-on projects like that in D school. Okay, so next one. And about the populations of NTU students, we have 32,000, almost 33,000 total students in NTU. And you can see we have around half and half undergraduate students and graduate students. So actually we put a lot of efforts on not promoting, actually training research students in academic area. So that is why the population of NTU is half and half undergraduate students and graduate students. And also we have more than 3,000 overseas students. You can see most of them are from the Asia area, but United States like stands out, ranks the 9 students in our overseas students you can also see a lot of different faces in NTU. Okay, next one. Okay, so NTU is rather also an international university that we have a lot of different partners in the world. We have more than 600 partner institutions around the world, and around more than 600 exchange programs. And we also have dual degree programs, more than 100 dual degree programs that we wanted our students to have more overseas experience and have them to have different experience and degree certificates around the world with our partners. Yeah. Next one. Okay. So we can see that also NTU is what I said, an international university that through these facts, we have international faculties from 33 countries. So you can also see a lot of foreign faculties inside NTU. And we have over 300 English taught courses and over 100 fully English taught programs and sufficient English courses. So it is not a quite difficulty for international students to come and select courses from different departments. Yeah. Next one. Next one. Okay. So we also have distinguished alumni around the industry or academic areas, such as what I wanted to highlight is Dr. Henry, the Chancellor of UC Santa Barbara, that may be probably joining us later today. We hope we have the honor to have him later. Yeah. So as you can see, we nurture different very talented people in Taiwan, and also the alumni make their location or make their place in different industry or different areas of in the world. Sorry. Okay, next one. Okay, so here's also some of the pictures that you wanted to give a really quick image about the NTU campus. Actually, in fact, NTU has 4 campuses around Taiwan. And there is a very interesting fact that the total length of NTU, that is 1% of Taiwan. So that makes NTU the second biggest landowner in Taiwan. Yeah, that is a really interesting fact of NTU. But for UCEAP students, they will be mostly located in the campus in Taipei City. So here's some quick image about the NTU campus in Taipei, such as the library, the Bro Pong Boulevard that you will just the first image you will see while you enter from the NTU main gate. Yeah, and also the gym, and also the Drunken Moon Lake, where you can like just sit on the bench and like having picnic or having a sandwich over there. Okay, next one. And the facilities we have a lot of different facilities that fits different needs, such as the libraries that we mentioned in the previous slides. The main library NTU is the largest in Taiwan, with more than 4 million books and over 3 million ebooks. So that's quite a lot of books that you can have the resources in the library. So that is also a really hot spot for NTU students together. While during the midterm or the final exam time, you'll see that all the seats are fully with the students like studying really hard. And also we also have different fields of the library, such as the medical, the law library, or the social science library. So it fits different needs of different students from different departments as well. And we have a really big sports facilities that including the gym. And also you can see different sports courts, such as the volleyball court, tennis court, football court, as you can see in NTU. So if you are like a very sporty student, you can find everything you need in NTU campus. And also we have the health and counseling services that provides English and Chinese, both English and Chinese services. So if you have different issues or different needs in health or counseling, NTU is also there. There's a center for these kind of services. Next one. And I think the most of the exchange students or international students care the most is about the accommodation. Right now, we are not guaranteed the on-campus academic accommodation. Sorry, the on-campus accommodation is right now not guaranteed for short-term non-degree students, but I think for this year for UCEAP students, they are all fit in the on-campus housing right now. Yeah. So the Prince housing, the on-campus accommodation that is offering single and double rooms, and you can see the price listed out here. But if you are seeking, if you don't have the on-campus accommodation, you can also have plenty resources to find off-campuses renting rooms, and the price is also listed out, but it differs from what kind of rooms that you wanted to order. So next one. And academically, you have quite various courses that you can select in NTU, since we are building a bilingual environment in NTU for both local students and international students. And we are seeking to welcome more and more international students in the future. So we have 22 in total English taught programs and more than 2,000 English taught courses. So it's not quite difficult for everyone to choose an English taught course that fits your need in NTU. And also we have 3 universities that is within the National Taiwan University system. That is another one. One is NTU. The second one is National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. And the third one is National Taiwan Normal University. So you are also free to choose either the courses in the other 2 schools, because we are in the alliances of National Taiwan University system. And the ICL courses that we wanted to highlight is because you will be matched, you'll be paired up with a local students, and then you'll both be matched to kids from mostly the countryside schools to have some services or have some interactions with them. And these are also credited courses. So you have credits in this course, and also you'll get 2 certificates from the Ministry of Education in Taiwan, and also the NTU. Yeah, next one. And for international students, we offer Chinese language courses for every international students, because I think one of their interests of coming to Taiwan is they wanted to improve or they wanted to learn Chinese. So we have different levels of Chinese courses. So you will take the placement test before the semester, and then you will be divided into small group-sized courses according to the levels that you fit in. And it's a rather intensive practices course, because you, other than the lectures, you will also have maybe from 2 to 6 hours practicing every week. So you can rather having like your classmates practicing reading, speaking, and also covering the lectures or covering some more about the listening and writing. Yeah. So the quality of our Chinese learning program is actually very good. It is a rather high quality Chinese program. So a lot of internationals come to NTU. They are like having their goals learning Chinese and improving Chinese here in NTU. So other services of internationals that we provide to international students is that we wanted these international students to come because they come to Taiwan. They wanted to try to fit in, or they are experiencing a different culture in Taiwan, and we would like to help them to like better fit in to the culture, or like helping them to quickly go through the uncomfortable feelings about making their lives set, going grocery shopping where they can go. But we have student volunteer services that will help international students that simply, if you find difficulties going to some shops that to pursue a Taiwan SIM card, or you don't know where to go shopping for the live products, or just finding difficulty selecting courses, you can have the services of student volunteer. And also a lot of international students make very good friends with our student volunteers because they'll be pairing up and they will be helping them with everything in the campus or outside campus, making friends with their volunteers friends. And also we'll have campus tour and orientation activities before the semester begins. And for international students, we also have a 24-hour hotline in case you have emergencies, and also on-campus security. Next one. And so I think for these information is more focused on the NTU Broadway information about NTU. And so probably you would like to know more about rather than that, how is the life at NTU will be. So next one, I'll be also sharing some of the extracurricular activities that our students will experience in NTU. We have more than 400 student clubs. They have their Facebook, their communities. So, and also these clubs will join the Student Clubs Expo every year. So you're free to go to stop by every booth and which you have interested in, and or just contact them through their webpage or Facebook that to see how you can join the activities according to your interests. Next one. And also we have a lot of international student associations that plays a great role supporting our international students in NTU. So on the slide, you can see that we just recently established the African and the Indian student associations that they played a great role supporting these different culture students that to fit in or just to quickly having their life in Taiwan. So these associations that is also one of the choices that you can join, or if you find difficulties in NTU, you can also reach out to these student associations or to, of course, to the Office of International Affairs that can help you. Okay. Next one. And here's one more yearly plan for extracurricular activities that we share with local and international students. We have study abroad fairs where we invited some of the students that have overseas exchange experiences to come back, or some of our partners may travel to Taiwan to set up a booth and share how the exchange program will go during this study abroad fair. And also we have just mentioned Student Club Expo and the World Carnival Festival that share different culture activities. They also set up booth, maybe share the food, the culture. They have presentations, performances on stage. Every year we also have a Lunar New Year gathering, because before the spring semester starts, it is rather a very important holiday, but it's a family gathering during the Lunar New Year for everyone. So, but I think international students don't travel home, but every local student travel home with their families. But we wanted our international students to not feel alone or just staying in the empty Taipei, feeling very lonely. So we'll just set up the gathering activity, or some of local students or host families will also invite international students come to their house during the Lunar New Year, so they won't feel that quite lonely or just being an outsider in Taiwan. Yeah, and others, I'll just quite skip the rest. It's mostly about the different culture festivals that we share different experiences with our students, and also the athletic games that is also engaged the whole community of NTU, local students, international students, and also the staffs from administrative offices. So every year, actually, we also join the athletic games with also with international students as well. Okay, next. Okay, so after the maybe the exchange programs, you will probably want have like further needs or like to extend your experiences at NTU. We have different options for exchange students and for UCEAP students as well. Next one. The short-term programs that we have right now is the called NTU Plus Academy, but I think for UCEAP students, they will be mainly engaging in the Summer Plus, because I think the time which is that fits the UCEAP students' needs. The Summer Plus program that includes also Chinese language and some research opportunities for our international students. So I think I would like to share more about the research part that you will be able to engage in one of NTU faculty's lab. And so you will have like hands-on or rather a closer interaction with the NTU faculty if you have very like specific research interests. Yeah, that's one of the highlights that you will extend your academic or experiences in NTU. And for the next one, we also just launched the International Mentorship Program actually in 2022 for degree students. But for next year, we are seeking, we will be like inviting non-degree students to join this program. And this program is mainly, actually we have cooperated with a lot of different sectors or from the public or private sectors, industries, such as also as the nonprofit or NGO NPOs. And we provide international students to have internship opportunities inside Taiwan. So you'll be engaging to like different industries, and they will have mentors from each company that help you to go through the like short-term internship in Taiwan. I think this is the first time NTU have a chance to help international students to have this kind of internship opportunities. So they will, like after these experiences, they will probably consider more like staying in Taiwan to pursue a career in Taiwan. And but also maybe if it is a cross-country cooperation, they are also coming back to their country or seeking the other career opportunities inside in different countries. And the highlights of this program is this is a mentorship style. So as I said, you will have a one mentor while you join the company, and it is English. So you don't need to be worried about, if you don't have like very good Chinese language skills, it's fine, because we already have communications with these companies. So the mentors will all be mentoring by English. So don't worry about that. And the companies you will be engaging to is across all sectors. So if you have different like career path plans, you can have a rather various diversified pool that you can choose. And we will also holding training workshops before you start your internship, such as guiding you how to finalize a like rather fruitful resume that if you are like going to pursue a job. And also before that internship, we will have corporate visits or cultural activities before that as well. Yeah, okay, next one. And so finally, I think I'll be sharing a little bit about the COVID regulations in Taiwan. I think the pandemic just affects a lot of people in the world, not only Taiwan, but also a lot of people around the world. But actually, I think Taiwan rather is in a rather like safer situation while we are doing this kind of different dealing with the situation. So NTU campus still remains open and offers in-person lectures, but we still have to follow some of the protocols or regulations inside while we are taking courses, such as just like everyone wearing masks, and sometimes we'll just use the disinfections protocol staff. And also we are right now opening the borders for non-degree students right now. So you'll be having, I think we'll discuss later about the visa application situations, but be sure while you are entering, before you are going for your visa application, you have to consult with our offices in your country for your visa application to see what the required documents, or whether they are doing it by appointments or like by post, something like that. And just beware about the latest news of Taiwan about the pandemic. So we have listed out some of the websites that you can check regulations on. Okay, I think that's pretty much all for today. And if you have more questions, you can like ask me later or stay connected to the UCEAP offices. They will help you if you have more questions or you have interested in engaging in NTU. Also, if you wanted to know more about the National Taiwan University, the experience of international students that they have in NTU, or the latest news of NTU, you can follow NTUIA from Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube channel. You can find more about more peaks about Taiwan and NTU. Okay, thank you.